Hey folks, Mike and Rick, and we're down here on the lake today, and the dogwoods are blooming. It's springtime and the fish are moving up.
Yep, when the dogwoods bloom, the fish move up and they're thinking about spawning. I think we've got fish in all three stages of the spawn. We've got pre-spawn still, fish spawning, and then post-spawn fish. And that fish I just caught was pre-spawn. It was still full of eggs.
Full of eggs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, what you're using right there is a shaky head type bait, but that head on there is a Bass Pro dragon head, and that's just what you were doing.
Yeah.
Just dragging it on the bottom.
Yeah, casting it out and just dragging it along, pulling in my slack, and just dragging it. And I'm using that new Bass Pro dragon head. And like I say, it's a green pumpkin dragon head. And it's also, I'm throwing a green pumpkin zoom trick worm. And it's real easy to fish. You just cast it out, let it sink to the bottom, and then just kind of pull it and drag it.
You know, I'm using 8-pound line on mine. What do you got?
I've got 8-pound fluorocarbon. We've talked about this a little bit. Some people like to throw braid on their spinning reels and with a fluorocarbon leader. You actually been throwing braid without a leader on, depending on what bait you're using.
Yeah, but I don't use it on things that are on the bottom because it's so sensitive.
I'm throwing 8-pound fluorocarbon as well. And I like the fluorocarbon because it is very sensitive. You can feel the bites. And when you're dragging it, you really need, sometimes it's difficult to determine what's a fish and what's the bottom. And especially there's a little bit of slime on the bottom right now. And sometimes it'll get on your bait and you feel it heavy and you think you've got a bite when you don't.
Yeah, and that Johnny Morse Patriot rod, you can feel that stuff.
Yeah, you can. I'm throwing a 7-foot medium action and the Johnny Morse Platinum spinning reel.
Great drag on
Great
those.
drag. We always talk about that, but when I set the hook on that fish I just caught, it was strip and drag right away, and it was just real smooth. I did have it a little bit loose. I'll take the blame on that one, but boy, it's a smooth drag, and I don't think I hardly ever break off a fish with it. I really like it.
Folks, now is a great time to come down to the lake and catch some of these bass. Hey folks, don't forget we've got a great contest coming up, and you can enter to win at ky3.com/contest. We're giving away $1,000 worth of tackle and rods and reels. And Rick, this is one of the combinations here.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, this platinum rod and reel, so be sure and check that out.
And another good part of the contest, well, I guess it'll be good, is if you win, we'll film our last fishing tip with you.
You get to go with us, yeah. You can also find our extended tip on your KY3 app, also on Roku, Amazon, Fire Stick, and Apple TV.
I'm setting the hook, I'm not sure.
Got a fish, Rick?
Yep.
How's he feel?
Well, I got my drag so loose, I'm not sure. Surprised he's still even hooked up.
Pulling pretty good. Oh yeah, look at the size.
Pretty good fish.
That's a big old spotted bass.
I'll get him on the other side so the camera can see him.
Okay. Well, it's a good 3-pounder. I think he's going to go where he wants.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of weight to him.
Nice fish.
How about that one?
Good gosh, look at that fish.
That's fat.
That is a nice spotted bass. Wow. That's a really nice spotted bass. I'll grab the net.
I don't think I need it. It's a smallmouth. Well, it's pretty good. I take that back.
Yeah.
He's just kind of going where he wants to.
Yeah, I love catching those things. Come here, buddy.
Come on.
All right, there we go. Good job, Rick.
Not as big as I thought, but not bad.
trying to go back.
Mm-hmm.
You're not.
Well, folks, today, Jack and I, we had to change the lakes around. We're up in one of our northern lakes, one of the best small lakes in the country, Stockton Lake. And what is it? It's only up about 7 foot, where our lakes are up about 30 foot. But this fishing has really been great up here, and we're going around in this, where the timber is sticking up, and taking these shaky head worms and fished them right in the middle of the timber. So Jack, show us how you rig one of these shaky heads up.
Well, what I've got is just what they call a stand-up head jig. It's got a corkscrew on it, and you just take a straight tail worm, screw it on this corkscrew here, like so, and just kind of put your worm on like that, and that'll make it weedless. Once the worm is on the bottom, the worm will be setting up off the bottom, and every time you move that tail will be wiggling a little bit. And that's what makes this outfit so effective.